Oh, so sharp now.
When you try to turn the button, but the button doesn't want to get turned. Okay, I'm just getting ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, right, yes. We are going to start 8.5 minutes after 8. Khona ku K.Radio 107.3. Njengoba ngikuthembisile ukuthi nasibuya nje sobe simphethe la Hlengiwe Sindane. Sawubona Hlengiwe.
Ngiyaphila Monde unjani?
Hayi ngiyaphila uchamuka sogijima.
Yo besagijima siyabona ukuthi njengoba studio yenu dila transnet ama officeini precautionary measures bewathatha so besisabhala sicwalisa lifomu konke nje lokho.
Yeah, la ubhukula.
Lana ubhukula. Lana ngani? Lana kusebenza ukuthi we can bathini Google me baby you better ask somebody akusebenzi la. Yeah.
Okay, Hlengi sibonga kakhulu nje ukuthi ube khona hlelo lethu nje into abancane ngale nga 8:30 obesibeka lapho interview ngiphethe nje nemculo kodwa nangabe ungumlaleli uyabude nje ukuthi Hlengiwe labanyindi be K.Radio sinemali yalesina siphela labangayi lethi bafisa kukade kabantu lokumnanzi kwaba ingcenye nje yena umsakado K.Radio ngisakhumbula bengekho ngale mnyaka usakhumbula lo.
Yeah, wow, yeah. Abengisa high school.
Was high school?
Yeah.
Okay. Hlengiwe ukhulaphi nje nangizathi nangabe bafuna kwathi bakubona ku Facebook bakuva emsakadweni ukhulaphi?
Athi sicale la Hlengiwe watalelwa eDenswalo Hospital eBushbuckridge. So magwami ngalesikhathi athetfele bekahlala eLikazi njengoba yena nababa bahlangana eLikazi vile basafunza bonke. And it's quite a funny story because so it's a last trimester your pregnancy yakhe. Akusengokoma ngikwadisa wendane. Wathi mawami ngiyahamba ngebush. Uma aye bush waya kubaba gogoami la Mashabane kumbe Mashabane. Then that's where she gave birth.
Okay.
Then my complications aqala and then that was the birth of me. At the time it was called Denswalo Hospital. So ngadalula lapho ngahlala 3 months eBushbuckridge. Then after that umntwana ngisuvela uphuma after 3 months. Then we went back to Elikazi eNyamazane. Yeah.
Okay. So in other words ukhula Elikazi.
Empumalanga.
Okay. Ngicala ngena isikolo khona eNyamazane.
Ngicale kungena isikolo eLiquid. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Hlengiwe iprofile yakho yinze kakhulu. Ngisayibuka nje today emini. Kodwa ngenxa yesikhathi nje lithandvo liwayilisi ngoba kakhulu nje siwathi radio. La developer nini?
La developer when I was still a fetus, I guess, before I was formed. Because the reason why ngisho njalo kungokuthi ngakhula ngitalwa bantu laba babothishela. Professionally both my mom and my father are educators by profession and the boy too bafundzise high school. Babwami bekafundzise accounting and economics. And then magwami ufundzisa English as a major and geography. So manje connect these two. They are both academics, graduates and postgrads. Both of them. Number 2, they're both creatives. Number 3, they're both intellects. Number 4, they're both musical, meaning my dad is instrumental in terms of my instruments. His favorite, in a sense, instrument is like your subtle instruments, bo violin, lelengaqala. So my mom used to be a worshipper because at the time. So you see these two people, uma ubahlanganisa, sebese ba conceive Hlengiwe. Do yendekani?
They expect a musician.
She is a musician, but above all, Hlengiwe is a communicator. Whether I communicate through music, whether I communicate through, talking, communication in radio and behind the mic, whether I'm on screen, on TV, doesn't matter. But the fact is Hlengiwe is a communicator.
Yeah. Wanginika sibonelo sangikhumbula ngelanga nje nami ngibuka ilife yadomulo wasathiwa kuyasomizi. Ngathi hey lo muntu ubadali bakhe the way makwakhe background yakhe naye bakwakhe naye kumfanele lapho.
Yeah, Mshefane and the late. Yeah, Mamthwala, yeah.
Namakwakhe nambuka uya actor beka vele stage TV bekwinto yakhe. So bekufanele naye. So now example yalo.
Ma entertainer ngiyabonga. What a great analogy or example lo ngendako ngiyabonga mama.
Yeah, so Hlengi uqala njengoba ngikutile ukuthi lithandwa le radio la develop kanjani. Uqala khona la K.Radio kuba semoyeni kumbe khona stage waqala kuso.
ngacala BCR.
BCR
at the time ngilalela Clifford Day. Type of vibe. And then I used to be a call in go BCR a lot, but bengafonela ukuthi ngene emoyeni.
Okay.
So bengimntwana bengise primary at the time. Every time ngifona kusanabo muhle and big zeal at the time was at BCR. So mangifona off air mangabe bakhuluma ma topic la different. Mina bengiphawula bathi hayi asikufake emoyeni ngithi angifuni ngene emoyeni. And then people started knowing ukuthi ngahlengiwe Hlengster age. Then they started crediting me on air. At the time, at BCR, they were regular listeners. Bokela Gaina, Bo Jacqueline. Then they ended up saying, Sivalo Hlengiwe la, mbani. Then they started acknowledging me on air. And then the biggest breakthrough was me winning a show, to co-host a show rather, with Cheese Boy.
Okay.
Then I went there.
Okay.
And from there on, I started to be a regular guest presenter. Your Cheese Boy show. While since the school, and at the time, being say primary, mind you. Yeah.
Yeah, we radio iqale kusala mina ku K.Radio la ekhaya ngasho njalo uqale after BCR after usuka BCR uco-hosta na Cheese Boy waba khona ku K.Radio
2009 when I completed matric ngaqala K.Radio. I had a Saturday show called Saturday Cruise Show and it happened by mistake ukuthi ngibe ne show.
Why?
Bengicatha kuphuma esikoleni ku study group ne esitindile. So ngiyahamba ngekhaya. Then Sesmata calls me on Friday. Sengo ngimele sihlangane kusasa for a meeting. I'm like, "Oh, okay." Then Saturday comes. Oh, mina ngestudio. Nasi studio kagcina, it's a bedroom studio. So ngiyagcina mina vele ngirecord ingoma yabona, the poem.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That happened. Then manje Sesmata yangifonela. Lo muntu kumele ukuthi abe emoyeni. It was I think between 12 to 2. Mina bemoyena akekho abambi phone hle ngicela ukuthi ute fast tomvala. Sengimloyo ngibela itaxi phela ngiyagijima. I go to where at the time it was Ganyamazan Community Radio before it changed to Kasi, then back to K.Radio. And ngagibela itaxi ngahamba base manje doyibita nisho ngathi angathi ndoyibita Saturday Cruise Show bathi yoba ngani ngathi mina ama poem ngoba ngibhala ama poem. That was the inception of me. And then studio ngafundiswa Mac Mabuza Sizwe. What is hlekwe bamba la wende lokhu uthi I'm like umfundisa wakho lokho kuphela sewucedzile wasena yes it's easy ngisho ukuthi ngathuka ngipressa ama button but a show came out.
Yeah, ngikhumbula nami ngisaqala nginam duty.
Duty. Yes.
Yeah, ngatraina ngoyo ngibona nje la any product yakhe. Ngikhumbula kahle wangitraina one day. Sasa khona wathi okay wena trainer kusasa baningala sakade phambi kwami. The third day wathi okay ngena sashaya waphuma wathi indot bangifonele endlini ninki losalusana. Jo
Duty with my dreadlocks.
Yeah.
Ngiyakhumbula sake sendi show back then ilikazi lesikhathi studios sise FET.
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula ngilalela ngasibo coaster nayo show.
Yes. What?
Yeah, ngiyakhumbula ngesikhathi lethu. Ngikwa coaster.
Monde.
Ngathi bengene mina mangaphosisi.
Sala ukudla mas.
Sala Tanzania.
Sala Tanzania.
Yeah, nami ngizana nje. If ngabane lithuba icabanga bo 5 years. Khumbula nami today now.
And do you know ukuthi 5 years uchaza kuthina ngithi? 5 years represents grace.
Okay.
And grace means unmerited favor. Meaning when things happen to you, you must understand that grace is favor that you don't even deserve, because when God gives you grace, when God says I love you, uthi I love you with all your imperfections. So uma uthi kubo 5 years. So lo 5 lo must signify something kuwe.
Go. Okay. Hlengiwe ngoba ngizodlala ingoma ne.
Okay.
Yeah, ngathi udlala ingoma noma ngesicethe.
All right.
Sidlala sesiyabuya siyaqhubeka ngoba kunyeni kakhulu le mina ngisayicala phansi nje bayeli bakwadi laba nami ngiclaima ngathi ngiyakwadi.
No, kudzala satana kusho ukuthi kudzala sibambana. It's just that besengakahlangani.
Okay, na Jacqueline Carne wambisana na Ashley.
Yes.
So say sithini so.
Stay with me.
Stay with me. Yenza kakhulu ingoma nto idlala nje ngicabanga 4 to 5 minutes nasibuyi siyaqhubeka.
Oh my God.
Okay, sende so.
I love that song. I love that song.
Okay. Siyabuya. Okay. Please.
me.
He said,
when you think about company, they come over to your house. At some point, because they're company, they have to go. He said, but with me, I want to be the person who can stay with you and for the rest of your life. So my prayer was to God, you are the company that never have to leave me. So I need you to stay with me. How can I be? How can I move? How can I be without you? How can I stand?
Yo, I love this song.
In the midst of pain. I can't go on.
Jacqueline Carr, yo.
Without you. You are the company that never have to go.
Oh, no problem.
With me, I'm broken before you. Please don't leave, cause I need you.
Thank you for watching.
If I don't have you,
107.3. Sicela ukuthi nilalele. I'm with Monde Lubisi ngqeshe. Kakase bongqeshe nenhlanhla nabo. Dr. Mafika Lubisi. Ball of wisdom. Baba Penny Lubisi ku drama. Mbalo mncane wakho. It's very smart. And then I'm your father. You lie. Because in figure 2018. But when I attend the show I love the fact that your research is so vast. Like you, and this is something you could see for me. The reason why a lot of people gravitated towards Oprah and they name her Queen of Talk. Beanga research team yake research but nah, but cut. And there's this other one, Harry King. I forgot Larry King. He was deemed as the King of Talk in America. It's because makuluma nawe. And they read a lot. So when you read a lot and you immerse yourself, your knowledge iba unlimited. Yeah, hi, my name is Bates. It's coming out. No, it's coming out. It's in the publisher's hand now. Yeah, the editor's hand. It's fine.
Yeah, ingoma idlala nguJacqueline Carr misana na Ashley bathi
Stay with me.
Stay with me. Okay, sengivula imic.
Stay with me.
Okay,
Sengadiva ngale.
Yeah. Hlengiwe ngithoja la ngoba kunyini ngifuna kwathi nginemisa ngibona ukuyanginemisa usuku wa relocated to Jozi after K.Radio boyofunza kumbe
benyofunza maybe 3 things. Go phones like greener pastures and I think for mental toughness as well. But uma ngabe ucatha matric uma ngabe uya tertiary awuyi tertiary go funza kuphela nje ngema studies akho kepha uya tertiary gofunza ngempilo and kubalekile kakhulu lokho so mangifika le hey ngirarile ha higa
awutenza kusummarize nje
yeah 2009 ngisestindile mind you is my 7th school empilweni nami yonke tikolole ngitihambile ti10 including tertiary le 10 lesanyalo ngafunza khona my high school I2 the rest is ECD stage and primary
yini bo change inzawo kumbe
my mom like my mom I feel like no ana ibile bengithola my accolades but mangwami unkhulise madima in a sense that she wanted me to have the best education. So okay, just to summarize, Liquid was one of the best schools and still is as a pre-primary school. And ukhumbulo siqale bekunabo JJ nabo JD. Mina ngibhede ngo July. So ngihlanganisa late. So kumele ukuthi ngihlanganisa 7 ngikhani ngikhena. Wema wathi angeke nguyise anywhere else. Ngiyogise Liquid. Ngafunza Liquid. And then uma ngabe sengichubeka. Ngachubeka ke ngaya ke nalo after Liquid Isaiah Khoza College Wem school Wem Ngodini at the time when it was multiracial and stuff ngakho benkolota kepha ucezela lapho benkolota kakhulu Wem mara mama dakhe a dive because bekangena kubomashonisa just because so that I could have a better life. And then uma bangixosha eklasini ngithi mina uma ningixosha kusho ukuthi nema activities sport ngeke ngidlala ayeke ngibe part of debate ngoba phela ngiyingcenye so bengihlala eklasini ngenxa ukuthi bafuna ukuthi ngiparticipate batothola in my trophy after Wem school Isaiah Khoza College ePinar after Isaiah Khoza College ngathi vula masango primary school. That's why I learned Swati mina only had a year and a few months ukuthi ngikwati ukusibhala nokusikhuluma because tonke leti kolo bengifunza kodwa besingasifunza Swati. From there on last school Bad Plus because bekafundzisa eBad Plus ngahlala kwatini for 4 years. After last school Bad Plus Dakeni, I did my grade 8 until grade 10. I stindil got grade 11 until grade 12. After stindil in Nemisa, where I did my radio production. But before Nemisa, I had Boston Media House. Still, money was a bit shaky ekaya when it comes to academic studies.
Kwakho eNemisa ngoba ngiyabona after Nemisa kusale kwavulela iminyango cishe kukungethe ngani understand radio why before boenda ama radio but yeNemisa kukusithe ngani.
It helped me to understand not only the administrative side of radio or the technical side of radio, but it helped me understand the spiritual side of radio and the history. Because maungene Nemisa ngicabanga ukuthi uyathi uma ungene Nemisa banicala kune theory, kune practical, kune everything, and there's different phases. And kune modules lahlukahlukene from politics to methodology to research to Excel to mathematics to research. So before siya go radio uenda tonke letinto.
So the coverisha radio specific on the media nje as a whole.
It covers beyond media. I feel like it goes beyond media. Yes, radio production because back chela ukuthi mawuphuma you might have had the idea ukuthi ufuna kube radio presenter but mawuphuma you're going to be a radio broadcaster, meaning you're not going to be a narrowcaster. A narrowcaster is someone oqabanga nyalo oqabangela manje, but a broadcaster. You think of a swimming pool or what I can get from a pool or from water, but they help you to become part of the ocean. They broaden your horizon now.
So after Nemisa ngibona 1873 ngaqala ukubona
1873 or 1873 true. That's an online radio station lengisebenzele.
Online.
It's based online. It's both online and TV. It's a TV and radio network. It based together Rivonia, the north side of Joburg. Yeah, by Mutuma Mawere, one of Mastallion Lakona at the time. Yeah, bigger. He's Zimbabwean originally. So Strive Musiwa, the one that you know, Lone Telecommunications Company, Upuma Etandlen Damawere. That's what I can say for now.
So after that, in Bona Power 98.7, then I talk radio. So what business?
I interned for Master Chaba Ndlovu, then Master Chaba like a show for 3 weeks with her producer at the time. That's so where I got to. The scene. Yeah, while I was at Nemisa actually. Being a student in Nemisa, but she gave me the opportunity to be part of her show. Then that's where we formed a relationship.
So in other words, producer.
I've done production for a very long time. Even during this Kaslana Sagati Kona being in the production.
Yeah, we are back. We joined Rise FM.
Yes, Rise FM. I joined it before graduating actually, 2013. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Yeah, in radio station. How I humble. Yeah, now me one.
No, it's a great one. No, I always tell people with community radio is the foundation of everything.
Yeah, score.
Yeah, score because when community radio not of I need to go I to my community radio like one. There's 1 year interest, community of interest or something, and then there's one general that covers everything. It's fixated. Now my gospel radio stations would see then there's one that is diverse. So community is the foundation of everything. I actually wish me PPS commercial labasetulo bangahamba by community even for vigi just to feel. Yeah,
ngifuna naye ngihlala ngikubuta never been to i-online radio. Obviously sonke siyasakata lapho, but umehluko yini nge-listenership naku-online radio? Because ngicabanga ukuthi nokuthola umuntu wase-Cape Town obvious waphesheya, umehluko unjani kuma-online nama-radio station ajwayelekile?
I have a friend who works for Wiggle, who Green Evidence, and we always have like discussions about the medium and the radio space of fraternity. Online radio is the same, but Nigo Garrecliff Leskati Avela, what's a unscripted, unhinged, uninterrupted, meaning I can say anything and anyhow. A person on online radio can swear, and you're not going to take them to BBCSA because they are obliged to swear. It's their space. However, with online radio, in terms of our analytics and data, you can see who watches you at the time. Why? Okay. Because I learned this from 1873. At the time, the programming manager was Wildfire. So he took me through that because he's an ICT specialist. Then what's he take your phone and download the app. Immediately download the app because being now already. Iya Flickr gule system yak. There's an Android phone or iOS phone in South Africa within the African continent because there's 54 African states. Lola lel. Mana what? But you know that in South Africa we've got so and so listeners. And at the time we had a listenership widely in China, Germany, Britain, and South Africa was number 5.
Okay.
So you can see at the time.
So after we chose what you're in rise, ngakuva so kuletinye dictation awusebenza khona currently SABC.
Yes.
For me nalapho bengulalela by the time. Lengabuta kona for uthola ishow le waqala ngayo. It was a women magazine ngaphosi.
Yeah, but now they don't call it women magazine at the SABC. They call it a family show.
Family show.
Yeah.
Kuthola ishow leso ishow lekhulu leya. Iphatha imindeni, iphatha ama-issues la endeka in daily basis emakhaya. For mina as a young woman ubekule show le obviously ikhulise kakhulu le show.
Yeah, way beyond. That's what Baba Mabunda said. That show, yeah, it's a remember waqala Magen Vonjane back then Skati, you know, when I was still very young. Then Sislungile Mango took over, got in, and I remember Angela Hlengiwe, even if and she defended me a lot, but even if you get a lot of smack and hate from people, give them time. And I did the show. It was a very stretching because when it comes to my command in the Siswati language, and I didn't understand. I even asked myself, because Babrio had hunted me. I was still at Rise at the time, and you know, and I only got to join at a later stage. And because at this point in time, because of the pressure that I was feeling, because of a lot that was happening, I thought I wouldn't pull it off. The only people who were my anchor was literally God and my family, and those close to me at the time. So yeah, but that show, I feel like it was the foundation base for me ukuthi ngibe la ngikhona khona manje.
Nangabe nje ufuna ukukhulumisana na Hlengiwe Singane, ngashaya nje number dala studio 0728995134 noma ngabe usebenzisa nani number telecom 0679714605. Any question nje lofuna ukumbuza yona ingabe too personal. Yeah, 0728995134 wayini nje silinze incingo, and otherwise noma ngabe mhlawumbe ungabhala iSMS into bese ngiyayifunza ngiceka nje ku page la Monde Lubisi. Sevele angene i-call Hlengiwe singene so bengifuna kudlala nje ingoma sibone nje ukuthi nguphi umlaleli lokhona na okay right yonke right usemoyeni sawubona. Usemoyeni sawubona. K.Radio sawubona. Okay. Usemoyeni sawubona. Ngiyaphila ngikhuluma nabani?
Ngiyaphila Siphamandla njani ngodini? Yeah. Nongitophendula papa, I think I had ilona umbuto wakho. Ngiyabonga Siphamandla. Nakanjani Siphamandla kabhukweni.
Okay. Sibonga kakhulu Siphamandla. Kodwa lokunye Hlengiwe ngoba so K.Radio understand the production side nalokunye ngabe ma-career lakhona beside kusakada kuba i-producer kumkhakha we-wireless ngabe ngwamtshela manje lo nga-advisor mhlawumbe umlaleli.
Okay, to answer, can I start with ngiphendule i-question yasipha with your permission?
Ngicela uphendule nalicingo ne.
No problem.
Mhlawumbe summarize konke.
Okay.
Usemoyeni sawubona? Awu sotsha lemsakade emafambisa. Hayi siyaphila sembe ukuthi nebukhosi lapha ehlahlawo uphilile futhi wami.
Ngiyaphila papa njani?
Ngiyambona nje nake ukuthi usotsha smile.
Man.
Yeah.
Ngiyabonga. Siyabonga kakhulu. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Hlengiwe dingingo diyangena. Asenge ibambe nale. Okay, right. Okay. 0728995134 sotsha lemsakade sesekhona la ngicabanga kumele ngidropele into khona phendula nayi call thembe ukuthi iyeva la kumbe okay okay yeah sibalekile sotsha 0728995134 na 067971 4605 isikhathi sahlengiwe nje sivele sigijima bengacabanga ukuthi 25 to 9 ngoba vele ama-calls bekumele siwathatha mhlawumbe wayesinzile ngabe uyaphendula i-question yabhuti wasengodini.
Yes Phamandla ubude kokuthi ama-measures la kumele ukuthi athathiwe in order to get into lo mkhakha we-radio. I feel ukuthi it's different journeys for everyone. Labanye ama-measures laba wathathako ngokuthi balale e-studio ngaphandle emisebenzini ehlukahlukene ba-break emarules ama-security. Sbu did that back in the day YFM and it worked for him eventually because bagcine bamnotice but I feel ukuthi ma-measures long awathathe is to use lama resources lo nawo wena. Right now as young people we've got so much in our disposal. And then if on your phone there's SoundCloud, if you've got Facebook as a young person you can download other platforms. I-SoundCloud ikhona kukuniketa leligunya lokuthi ushare content yakho lapha. Even if bangakubidi kulama radio stations la khona because I feel ukuthi the industry siyende uyabelieveka ukuthi in order to start somewhere you need to be in a space that is established, and it's not true. You can use what you have, even my online skits la short or Twitter or Instagram or Facebook uhlala record see video or share, someone will eventually see you no matter WhatsApp. And then to answer your question ngokuthi ngwapla manye ma positions la khona within the radio space a lot because there's communications in radio. There's head of communications with the people, for instance in our own space. There's a communications manager, Nico. He deals with the communications. Should there be anything that El Kwala wants to talk about, there's a mouthpiece for that. Hence, the same applies to Lamayama community radio station, Ukona online radio station. So if we understand the formula and the hierarchy of communication, or rather protocol, we'll understand Guti I apply no mangabe kuyipi inzawo, even in your own business as a person. Kune marketing. We need people abadokanga sa stage kuze ukuthi ngene imali. Balabadoenda ma events. Logo. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
Asithathe na ngumlaleli la sokuya kwesipili. Usemoyeni sawubona? Ngiyaphila kunjani?
Ninjani papa?
Okay, Janga. Eche kwane ma RR ya. Ngiyamathi mina.
Wow.
Janga.
Wow.
Hayi kuhle kakhulu ngoba leli talent awalibona lisaqala.
Siyabonga kakhulu, ngiyabonga baba. Ngiyabonga. Yeah.
Hlengiwe nangijanga yakubongisa. Awugcini ngokuba radio presenter. Yini lokunye mhlawumbe lesingakwadi lokho singa.
I'm releasing an album because Hlengiwe waqala kule Alliance sase Sunday School. Nganyamazane. I'm releasing a book as well. I think ukuthi angeke ngisho konke lengibhizi ngako kepha lokuningi batakuthola on my social media platforms. Website is under construction, so lokuningi nje siyalandelana kepha what is happening is Hlengiwe is an overall Afropolitan who's passionate about the African continent, who's passionate about communicating, but more above, I'm passionate about philanthropic work or activities, and social entrepreneurship, because that coach people build buildings, businesses, but then again there's nothing as amazing as building the next person or a person. So I'd love to build as many people as possible so that we can carry on with the legacy.
Hlengiwe kulamalanga nje ngive buhlungu kakhulu ngale day before yesterday nangibona indzabeni nomnye dzadze la bamshisile beka pregnant washiya emhlabeni last month bekuyinyanga nje gender based violence kuhlukumetheka bomake nebantwana. Ngabe mhlawumbe ezungihlengiwe uthini usixwayisa sithini ngobabe ukhuta uthini?
I always, the issue of GBV sihlala sikhuluma ngayo, and I feel as if it means into lehlukile to different people. Someone once said to me, experience changes the mindset. Mindset does not change experience until uhlangabetana nento lethite, then perspective yakho ichinja ngaleyo ndlela. My advice, or rather my message, my cry out there nguthi ake siticilonge sonke, because once we actually introspect as people, uticilonge wena as Monde Lubisi as Ngceshe, uti understand, utithanze. You have no choice in the world but to actually reciprocate lelthanzo lelo ungede lomnye mundu. But if broken people break people, hurt people hurt people. So if you are hurt and broken yourself, definitely people around you will be broken and hurt. So I feel ukuthi sonke ake sithathe initiative yokuthi siticilonge and attend that broken child and attend loyo Hlengiwe lomncane lodzinga healing.
Yeah, Hlengiwe Sindane akagcini nje ngokuba umsakazi, so serve as an inspiration kubantu, a young woman bakuma township ubali ukuthi ukhula lapha enzaweni yakanyamazane. Ngabe mhlawumbe umlayeto longaniketa bodzadze baselokushini lebazamako noma ngabe ngasimkhakha mhlawumbe we media tukwenzawo lemikhakha nje lehlukile le different ngoba advice awuthini bantwana labazamako, more especially the young women basaqala nje bafuna ukufeza amaphupho ngendlela etahlukahlukile.
Ngithanza Ron Maset. Ron Masilela uma ngabakhuluma.
Yeah, siba naye ngama Mondays la.
Love him. Mainly because I used to live by, when I was doing grade 10, standard 8, lapho ngibathi form 3. At the time bekungu principal emkhajo eTakheni. Wathi ngithi angena, take care of these little things and bigger things will take care of you.
Okay. Yeah, Hlengiwe ngenxa yesikhathi bekumele ukhumbule kumele silistophe la 1:30. Kuningi ngathi ngibuka lesikhathi.
Ndoba na part 2 or reloaded ungasazi.
Yeah, next time nakuphela mhlawumbe ma lockdown ngoba usivakasha ukugcina lesitoba live.
Ngiyabonga.
From next week to onwards batoba nje telephonical ngenxa nje yena sisifo kodwa sibonga kakhulu kuba nawe. Yeah, kakhulu ngendlela masawa ngisakhona nokufunza nema-comment ngoba kunengoma yayana ongisana na Amanda Black ne-Soweto Gospel.
I love that song. It's power. Promised Land.
Yes. Sibonga kakhulu kuba nawe ukuthi usihloniphe banyeni besibafuna kodwa komadini kodwa ngisena ngikhuluma nawe nje wathi Monde ngisawuthola a green light.
Yeah. Management did agree, executive. They gave me their blessings, and thank you so much to everyone. Thank you so much to my family, and thank you so much to you. May you thrive. May you thrive all your wishes and dreams, whatever it is that is in your heart. May God help you not to work for a bigger station, but may God help you to create an empire where you will employ people.
Thank
you.
Nobody's perfect.
ngibalisonyana. Ipasa mama